Most personal development plans fail not because you're too busy, but because they don't work. If you've ever set goals only to look back a couple of months later and realise nothing has changed, this video is for you. Today I'm going to show you a 10-minute a week system that guarantees real progress. By the end of this video, you'll know the 3 biggest mistakes people make when setting a development plan and how to avoid them, a simple framework to make progress without feeling overwhelmed, and a tool that's going to keep you accountable without adding extra stress. If we haven't met before, my name is Helen Bryant. I'm a leadership coach who's helped hundreds of managers get ahead in their careers. I've seen firsthand what works and what doesn't when it comes to personal development. Most managers I work with are already successful, but they feel stuck. They want to move to that next level, but they just don't know exactly what skills they need to focus on or how to make time for it. Does that sound familiar? So let's first look at the mistakes people make and what to do instead. The first is the knowledge trap. So a big mistake I see managers make is thinking they need more knowledge to gain credibility. I've had managers tell me, if I just get an MBA, then I'll be ready for leadership. But here's why that thinking is flawed. The truth is, while knowledge is important, leadership isn't a knowledge game, it's a behaviour game. You don't need another degree, you just need the right habits. Think about it. An MBA might cost you $100,000 and take 2 years of your life. You often have to step back from your work to do it. But I've also met managers who discount the MBA, but who have read every single leadership book known to man. They know all the theory, but they are still not moving forward. And that is because the most valuable leadership skills are learnt through daily practice, not textbooks. I mean, have you ever met someone with super impressive credentials, but who struggles to lead their team? Or someone maybe without a formal education who is an incredible leader. One of my clients was leading a team of 20 and felt quite stuck. And when we first met, he was thinking about doing an MBA. What he really needed was to demonstrate strategic thinking and improve his influence. Within months of shifting his focus, he got noticed and he got promoted. You see, leadership is about behaviours, habits and skills. It's how you guide your team through challenges, how you influence your stakeholders, and how you make decisions under pressure. And these skills aren't mastered in a classroom, they're developed in the action of daily work. So instead of chasing more knowledge, ask yourself, what leadership behaviour will help you stand out? Because that's where you need to focus your development plan. Which brings me to mistake number 2, the clarity trap. When coaching people, I normally start by asking what they want to achieve. And I often hear vague goals like, I want to improve my influence. I want to improve my impact. I want to be more strategic. Let's take the example of being more strategic. To create an effective development plan, you need to get clear about exactly what it is you want to get better at. Here's a quick reality check. If you were to say, I want to be more strategic, could you explain to your boss exactly what that means? And if the answer is no, this is what you need to fix that right now. Ask yourself, what meaty problems are in my area that could showcase my strategic thinking? Who needs to see me being more strategic? When could I be more strategic? And what am I already doing well that helps? And what is holding me back? Define what the issue really is, whether it's about how you think or how you articulate strategy, or any other specific challenges you face. The more specific you get about your desired outcome, the better. You need to understand what good looks like doing the specific leadership skill set that you're working on. Now, if this is clicking with you, hit the like button so that I know you're getting value. But now let's burst the biggest myth of all about personal growth. It's the time excuse. So most managers separate work and development, thinking they need extra time for growth. But your daily work is your development gym. Every meeting, every project, every tough conversation is a chance to practice and build your leadership skills. For example, if you worry about difficult feedback conversations, treat them like practice reps. The more you do it, the better you'll get, the more confident you will feel. You have to stop waiting for the perfect time to develop yourself. Use what is already in front of you. And this isn't make do, it's where you're going to learn the fastest. This mindset shift shows you that you do indeed have time to focus on your personal development. And what you're going to find is that you have loads of opportunities to find ways of leading that both works and just fits you comfortably. For example, one of my clients wanted to work on their executive presence, and she decided to focus on a particular weekly meeting to be her development gym, to experiment with different approaches and try things out. And within months, she knew it was working. She was feeling more confident, she was being seen, and soon was perceived as senior material. Which brings me to the simple framework I promised, which you can use to put this into action. It's a simple 1x3 framework. The 1 is to focus on one thing per quarter. Instead of trying to do everything at once, go deep on a single topic or skill set. Then you'll have plenty of opportunities to practice over the following 3 months. And the 3 represents the 3 ways of learning. The first is learn. So learn some theory. You might spend an hour or 2 researching through books, a course, YouTube videos, or a podcast. You could use tools like ChatGPT or Claude to find relevant resources and explore best practice. This will help you understand what good looks like. Next, ask for advice. Find one mentor or expert, somebody in your organization who you see excels at the area that you're focusing on, and book a little bit of time with them and ask them for a conversation about their approach so that you get their insights. And third, apply it. Look through your calendar for opportunities to practice. I call these micro practice moments. So find projects or moments where you can apply the principles. So for example, if you were focusing on coaching skills, the learn might be you read The Coaching Habit by Michael Bungay, which is a great book for coaching. Or you might watch one of my YouTube videos on how to use the Grow Coaching framework. Ask. You may speak with a senior leader in your organization that you admire and see who coaches well to find out about their approach and how they implement coaching in their day-to-day work. And then apply. Once a week, you commit to using the Grow framework in one of your one-to-one meetings. This consistent manageable plan is the differentiator. You'll quickly realize that it's not a case of not having enough time, but it's about prioritizing your thinking and your development. And this is where my final easy-to-use tool comes in to help you move forward. The last step is a 10-minute personal development tracker. Every week, take just 10 minutes to review your plan and your progress against it and reflect on these 3 questions. What did I learn this week? How did I apply it? And what's my next micro practice moments? Now, mine is in Notion. However, you can keep on track using a simple doc, a spreadsheet, or a notebook, whatever works for you. Let me show you mine. Here's mine on Notion. Here's my goals for the year. For me, it's about running my business, scaling an online business, and I'm learning again about AI. But what I then do is I have broken down by quarter. So this quarter, my focus area is to have the knowledge and skills to create and run an effective online sales funnel and system end to end, which is part of one of my business strategies. And just to break down what I chose to do, so learn, I'd already established a YouTube playlist on everything that's involved with this. So I've been going back and looking at select videos, and I reread Chill and Prosper by Denise Duffield-Thomas, which is a great book for starting a business as a solopreneur. Ask. Well, I've invested in coaching. So I have a fantastic coach, a guy called Simon, who's got a really big YouTube channel here in the UK. So I did a half-day accelerator with him at the beginning of February, and I'm having ongoing sessions. And I'm actually applying it in my work. And then how this tracker works is each week I just pop this, open up my notes, and here are my question prompts. What did I do this week to move my personal development goals forward? What I'm finding is it's just this commitment of time for me is just so important, and the recognition that I'm learning something. So I write down what I learned. So last week I learned about tagging and conditional tags and all different combinations you can have in email marketing. And what am I focusing on? And then I look at my diary. So this week I know I have Wednesday set aside to carry on working on the next step of my plan. done. And that's all I do. It's really simple. It takes me just 10 minutes. I tend to do it when I'm doing my review part of my weekly plan, and works really well. This tracker becomes invaluable during performance reviews, helping you articulate not just what you achieved, but how you have grown in your role as a leader. So, which skill are you going to focus on this quarter? Why don't you drop it into the comments? I'll reply to everyone. If you like this framework, the next step is learning about how to add this into your workflow. So watch this next video where I share this broader and valuable leadership planning framework.